Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melly. Today I have you in a different little corner of my room. This is where I keep all of my acrylic yarns and non-parfait and non-like chenille yarn or Bernat velvet. I keep those in separate areas on the opposite side of my room. This is where I have all of my acrylic yarn. I wanted to reorganize it with you guys. I reorganized it maybe a month or two ago and it's now looking like a blob again. And that's just because I use a lot of these as my accent colors. I also still do acrylic plushies. I love making acrylic plushies. I may like them a little bit more than Parfait Chunky. I love Parfait Chunky and the way it looks, don't get me wrong. But I feel like the longevity of plushies and like an actual like more realistic looking doll comes from using like acrylics, and I do love acrylic amigurumi and I love making them, so it's just something about them that has a different touch than just regular Parfait Chunky does. Not to say that Parfait Chunky isn't cute, because I think those are freaking adorable and I feel like I can price them a little less. With these, I feel like I want to make big plushies with them, you know? The other thing I will say is I do want to start on my little Halloween project that I told you guys about, on like the Halloween ideas. I may pick one soon and start on it, but I also have to see what my inventory is to get the colors out of here, or if not, I need to go shopping for some yarn. So I figured this would be the perfect time to go ahead and start reorganizing this shelf of yarn. So let's go ahead and get started. I will say, as alarming as this looks, this isn't all my acrylic yarn. My other like acrylics or wools and things like that that are more fancy are actually put up. These are just out in the open, which is fine too. The other ones I just feel like were more costly and are a lot fancier, so I don't just keep them out. But let's go ahead and let me show you exactly what like my idea was whenever I put this together. So I do have a chair right here. I hope you guys can hear me. I do have a chair here. I can bring you guys in a little bit. You just won't see the top row is why I have you guys so far. Originally this is like the white tan area, and then immediately after I wanted to do like the light pinks and the bright pinks and like the taupey pinks. And then over here I have nothing but like fluffy yarn except this big old white one because it doesn't fit over here. So it's pretty organized on the top. I am going to try to see, I try to like, if it's not a full skein, I move it to a bin that I have, because I keep my little scrap yarns in a different bin. Just like I have one for the Parfait Chunky bin, I have a little bin for my acrylic yarns as well. So we can always make a scrap doll out of my scrap bin. So then I went down to like do like the browns, the darker taupes, and then I don't have many reds, so I put the reds with this. And then I wanted to do like yellow, orange-ish down here. Then we move on to here and it kind of gets a little murky. Let me move over. This is supposed to be like, I don't think you can tell, but it's supposed to be like grayish green and blue, and then transition into like up here being like light, well this is supposed to be like light green and blue as well, and then it gets to like dark blue and all those other blues, but it's kind of like not flowing the way I want it to, you know? And then down here it's kind of like miscellaneous. I have some barf yarn. Ooh, I just dropped one. Some barf yarn right here. This is not supposed to be over here. This is Bernat. So it should be over there, because my Bernat, like my thicker yarn, is on my shelves on the top, which you guys don't ever see, but this needs to go up there. I think this, the white, looks fine. I don't know if I want to touch it. This brown looks okay, but I really want to fix it because there's some spewing behind, because it doesn't have a back to it. So it is spewing towards the wall, and I know it is. So let's go ahead and tackle the brown first and see what I have. This is my box where I keep all the kind of smaller skeins in, so they don't get mixed in with, they won't look pretty on here. So, and there's a ton of skeins in here. And some of them, like this one, I may put back on the shelf because it's not that used. There's some other little ones like this. This is mainly what I'm trying to stay off the shelf. Let me grab those because I set them aside. These little ones, I need to make them into balls. Maybe I'll do that at the end so I can de-stress. But like this needs to go in there. This little fella isn't cute. This one's not cute. That looks like that's it. We're gonna leave this here for now. Let me go ahead and start organizing a little. So the camera cut off while I was like fixing this part, but it looks so much better. So we have reds, like browns, lighter browns, and then we do have the darker browns, which I feel like they should be on this side, but this is okay. This looks a whole lot better than what it did. I also changed a little bit of the tan. It's still kind of, you know, I think this, let's do it right now. I can switch it. I think that looks a lot better. So kind of like a darker tan, a yellow tan, and then this is your plain whites. But I think these two look better. There's a lot more room in case I find any stragglers in any of these other colors. So let's go ahead and move on to this bottom one. Let me move you down just a little bit. So I went ahead and moved you guys down so you can see a little bit more of this. Let's go ahead and then start pulling them off. And don't mind me glancing over here. I am watching a movie. I just finished this here. It kind of looks the same, to be honest, but it's a lot more organized. There's like all of this room in here. Like there's so much to add in case I find any other stragglers in any of these other places. Let me see if I can move you guys closer this way so you can see. Okay, I went ahead and moved you guys closer to this side because we are probably going to start on, I don't know, maybe we'll do this one, because I need to see what greens and what blues we have. This blue does not belong here, neither does this one, so let's try to figure this out over here. Obviously I don't have enough green to fill this up. Maybe that's why I put the blue with it. I'm going to organize the blue one next just to see how much blue and gray I have, and if so I can put the green with gray and then blue by itself, or I may just do that now. So let me do that and I'll show you guys the result. As you can see, I went ahead and finished the gray area, which I have so much room. The green area, I have so much room. I do have these little ones by Lily Sugar and Cream, but I think I'm just going to try to fit them all in one basket or something because, I don't know. Maybe I'll just put them up here. But I'm thinking of doing like the colored yarn just to have a focal point and we have a space for them. But yeah, there's a lot of space here and here. Now I'm going to tackle the pink, which even has more. The blue was the one that I had the most of. I don't think I'm going to tackle this because this is just nothing but fluffy yarn. It's already a mess. There's nowhere to like fix the messiness because it's just barf yarn, you know. This top one too is nothing but like barf yarn except this white one, which doesn't fit. I can move that red one over here though. This red one, I can move it. Fit right into this little crevice here, so perfect there. I think I hardly ever bought any like pinks and purples, so I don't have too much there. There's a lot of colored yarn which I'll probably put onto this shelf. I don't know, we'll see how we feel. So that was literally it there. I could put the white one over here. Just to keep those solely like velvet, and I think I'm gonna put these over here because I don't have room anywhere else, and I may just put these sugars and creams like in here. Okay, so I went ahead and already organized the entire thing. I think you can see it all. I think it looks a lot cleaner than what it did before. I'm really happy with this, the way it looked. It may look the same to you guys, but to me it looks completely different. I do have a lot of scraps to like roll, ton. So I think I'm gonna do that, but that's the end of this portion of the video. If you want to watch me roll up some yarn, you can definitely continue watching for that. Alright, so I have my tub here literally spilling out, so I'm gonna go ahead and just wind some up. This is gonna be fast forwarded, and I'm just gonna watch, what am I watching? I'm watching like the Halloween portion of Hulu. I don't know what it's called, but it's some Exorcist movie or something. So I'm gonna watch that while I roll some of these up so they can actually fit in this bin, because this is all I'll allow to be my scrap yarn bin, and so a lot of this just needs to be wound up, and I think it'll fit. So before I start, I did want to tell you guys, like, I was just on my phone. I am supporting a small business on Instagram. We follow each other. Her name is Ashlyn Crochets, and she's making crochet hooks for the first time, and they're like silicone beads. What I like the most, the reason why it interests me more to buy from her, she's just starting out, but she does like crochet, but besides that, this is like her first launch for hook. And the reason why I decided to buy from her is because her hooks literally don't end. I've seen some hooks where the silicone beads like end at, I don't know, it's like this far away from the hook, and I'm one of those that holds my hook closer to the bottom. So if the silicone beads end like right here halfway, it's not going to help me because my hand is literally down here. So that is the reason why I went ahead and purchased 2 hooks. And it looks like she just told me I wanted an elephant to match like my brand and my business, and I wanted to be lilac and like a teal color, but she couldn't find an elephant. And then I said a birthday cake, and she couldn't find a little birthday cake or a mushroom. So I went ahead, she said she had Bluey and Bingo, so I'm gonna go ahead and do Bluey and Bingo, and I decided to do Bluey as a 5mm hook since she's the big sister, and then Bingo as a 3mm hook since she's the little sister. I think that's so cute. I can't wait to get them. I did pay for them. I'm just supporting her by trying them out and things like that. So I'm excited to get them though. We'll see when, and I will keep you guys updated on that if you want to know. But let's go ahead and wind some yarn here.